Well, Detroit Lions backup linebacker Trevor Bates got in some trouble in Queens last night, I think it was. Let's talk about it. We back. Mercy Sports Talk, we in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. He's a backup linebacker. I was aware he was on the team, but didn't get that much playing time. He only had 3 tackles last season. Appeared in 9 games. So he's 6'2", 247. Keep this in mind. And it says, the story from ESPN says Detroit Lions linebacker Trevor Bates punched an officer in the eye after he was arrested in New York on Saturday, police told ESPN. Bates was booked at 115th Precinct Station House in the borough of Queens for allegedly not paying cab fare. He's refused to be fingerprinted and punched a police sergeant in the face above his left eye. Authorities said the officer received 3 stitches and suffered a concussion. Bates is facing a felony charge of assaulting a police officer as well as a resisting arrest and theft of service, okay, because he didn't pay his cab off. He refused to pay the cab. We are aware of the arrest of Trevor Bates. This is what Bob Quinn said earlier today in New York. Lions General Manager Bob Quinn said in a statement, "We have not yet spoken to Trevor yet and are still in the process of gathering more information. The Detroit Lions will have no further comment at this time." So, yeah, man, I remember that one season about 4 or 5 years ago when all them Lions kept getting in trouble, going to jail, and since then, Fords have not wanted to take any risk on any players that had any questionable background. They drafted multiple players out of BYU. They didn't want any thugs or anybody with a criminal record, and you can't have that. People make mistakes when they're young. Okay, you got to make sure, you know, they forgive, you know, and they're ready to do better. So you can't just, you know, shy away, because anything can happen with these players, man, especially with CTE. And then I didn't mention that he's you know, he's at Elmhurst Hospital for a psychiatric evaluation, authority said. So it does sound like he was intoxicated, so they may think something wrong with his brain, and with CTE and stuff of that nature. You think, oh, he only played in 9 games and made 3 tackles, but it's just accumulation of playing football since Pop Warner to Powell, and then to high school, and then college, and then, you know, practicing in the pros, you hitting. So it could take a toll on you, man. A lot of these dudes need psychiatric help, and it should have, you know, evaluations throughout the season for these players, man. You know, after every 4 games, they should be having, you know, psychiatric evaluations, in my opinion, no matter how fine they seem on the outside. And also, they all should do after 4 games, you know, family counseling. Especially their immediate family should come and they should counsel and make sure everything's all right. NFL got to take steps, you know, to prevent stuff of this nature. I know it was a former Lion in Ypsilanti that was so crazy, he took his head and ran through the glass at the grocery store, which you walk in. So, you know, you had Everson Griffin with the Vikings. You have many, many cases of brain issues that, you know, pretty much show up in this time of day. And this dude at least making, you know, the minimum of $100,000 or whatever it is. He could have easily paid the tax fare. So, you know, he wasn't intoxicated, so something mentally was wrong in his head. So, hopefully they get it together. They said they haven't spoken to him, the Lions, yet. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to cut him unless some other things come up in the story, or, you know, something was wrong with his brain. But you can try to pick all angels to be on your team, but people make mistakes. And I deserve, depending on how bad the mistake is or how severe it is, I think, you know, people deserve second chances. So I'm not going to come in here and blame Trevor Bates for whatever he done until the psychiatric evaluation come back. Because if he wasn't intoxicated, and they would have said he was intoxicated in the story, then something was wrong with him, you know, mentally. Maybe his girl broke up with him, or maybe he took too many blows to the head, or maybe he was high and they didn't know he was high off something, or maybe he got addiction to painkillers. And it's a lot of things that could have happened here, man. But obviously this ain't the news the Lions wanted. They want to keep choir boys, and NFL don't work like that. You know, anybody can get in trouble with TMZ rolling around, anything you do. And one thing about this that it kills me is people want to pick people with clean criminal background records. And it's cool. You know, you got guys that got an F on their report card, if you catch what I'm saying. But, you know, anybody I know people with clean background records that have done plenty of dirt out here. And, you know, they repented or then prayed and changed their life. You know, just because you ain't been caught don't mean you ain't done nothing bad. So it's a slippery slope when we talking about that. So praying for Trevor Bates, praying for everything. Maybe he got a different side of stories, and the officer, you know, did something wrong to him, spit on him. Anything could happen. So I'm waiting to hear both sides of the stories. So hopefully everything is okay in the situation. Hopefully get better. The officer, I get better, whatever the situation may be. But Motor City Sports Talk, I'll link the article in the description. Let me know what y'all think about the story. Don't forget we on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also, you can reach out to me in the email if you got a business question, inquiry, or sponsorship. Also, you want to make a donation to the channel. That link's there as well, too. If not, just share the video. It's the best way you can help your boy out. Share, share, share. And blessings to everybody. No football this weekend other than the shitty-ass Pro Bowl. So, you know, I'm not watching the Super Bowl, though. I just felt like it was a setup. But y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfellow. We gone.